What is up guys, FaZe and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and today I'm going to be going over one of these store bundles that are currently in the store. I haven't done one of these in quite a while, so I thought, you know what, this is a good decent bundle in short, and I'm going to be giving you guys reasons to why I think that, and also reasons to why I think you shouldn't actually get this bundle in the same way. So the bundle we're going to be talking about today is the Seasoned Warriors. This bundle consists of the TL-7-120, which is a tier 9 American heavy tank, as well as the Skorpion G, which is a German tier 8 tank destroyer. Now, not usually do you see, like back in the day, you would mostly see the same tier in one event or one bundle, but today it's just a tier 9 and a tier 8 in one go, which is pretty sweet. You get the best of two different tiers, and overall I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on this bundle and if I think you should get it. So with that being said, let's head straight into it. Okay, starting this off, obviously we have the two tanks, which I'll go over in just a moment, but let's go over exactly what you're getting from this bundle besides the two tanks. Now, first of all, you get both legendary camouflages for these two tanks. So for the Skorpion, you get the Stinging, which obviously actually looks really nice, has two scorpions on the side. As you know, the name of the tank is Skorpion, so having the scorpions on them are quite fitting, and I do think this camo looks really nice. Let me know what you guys think of the Skorpion G camo. It is quite plain, but obviously is a nice camo. We then have the TL-7's legendary camouflage, which is called the Archinid. What is that name? I don't know how to pronounce that name, but regardless, it is a pretty wild looking camo, I must say. It looks like almost like an octopus, almost. There's eyes over here, maybe a spider. I think that's what it is. Arachnid. Oh my god, am I really that dumb that I just spelled that thing arachnid or whatever I said? That's an arachnid. Obviously, this is a spider in that case. I can't believe I messed that up so badly. Please do not clip that. That was very, very embarrassing. But regardless, this camo does it looks pretty good in my opinion. You got these little spikes on it, which are yellow and stuff. It's supposed to match a spider, and I do think this tank kind of looks like a spider because of how small it is and has a pretty big turret. So yeah, camo looks pretty sweet. It has like little fins on it. Pretty decent camo. Then we have something that is not really worth anything. It is an avatar, and it's a bunny avatar. If you're into that stuff, you get it, but obviously this is not what most people are going to be looking at when buying this bundle. We then get the XP boosters. Unfortunately, they don't apply to all tanks. As you can see, this one applies to the TL-7, so you're going to get 20 times 5 boosters for the TL-7, and you're going to get another 20 for the Skorpion G. Now, you might think that is a huge bummer, but actually it's not too bad, since you are going to be playing this tank. If you do have XP boosters, free XP boosters I should say, you can just use them on this tank and grind up free XP, and it is a really good way of grinding free XP. Mind you, most of the XP is going to go onto the tank, which I guess you can use to speed up your crew, but besides that, on these premium type vehicles, obviously you're not really going to be using that XP mainly on the tank. Regardless, you are going to be using it as free XP. So not the hugest bummer, but I do wish they did apply to all tanks. Even if it was just 20 that apply to all tanks that you can use on the tech tree would be nice, but not in this case. Both tanks are also fully equipped, so you don't need to worry about any equipment slots and spending credits and stuff, because they are going to be fully equipped. Now, the TL-7. This vehicle is kind of a weird one because it's trying to be a few different tanks at once. Its mobility isn't the greatest for how small it is, and the armor isn't fantastic either. As you can see, there's a massive hatch on top of here, which can be penned by most tiers, and even tier 8 can batter straight through that hatch. So it is a very weak spot for this vehicle, and mind you, the turret is extremely strong, so as long as you're showing your turret and possibly hiding that hatch of yours, you aren't really going to be penned. The upper hull on this tank is actually very strong as well. Unless someone is face hugging you and has the gun depression to aim directly on it, you're not really going to be penned on the upper hull. This lower plate here is obviously a weak spot as well that can be penned. The gun on this vehicle is pretty matched to something like the M103's gun, so you can expect mediocre accuracy, a good hard-hitting gun, and a decent enough gun handling to actually make it versatile in most situations. You also have 7 degrees of gun depression, which is actually quite low compared to most American heavy tanks that there are. Usually you get like 8 to 10 degrees of gun depression on like something like the M103, but yeah, the TL-7 has 7 degrees of gun depression, which I think is kind of a letdown for me, because a tank that has a good turret and a good decent upper hull, especially it having a hatch here, it should be able to go fully hull down. However, this vehicle can't really do that. 7 degrees of gun depression doesn't really allow you to do or go hull down on most ridge lines, which is quite a bummer for me. And I wonder if that is the same case for you guys. What do you guys think of the gun depression on this vehicle? Because in my opinion, it is quite a bummer, and I do recommend not getting it just because of that reason. And especially because the M103 in the tech tree, in the American tech tree, has more gun depression. Its gun is pretty much the same as this gun, if not a bit accurate, and you also have decent, just about the same DPM on that tank as well. So as you can see, 2.2k damage per minute on the TL-7, which is actually not that great. If we go ahead to American tech tree, go to the M103, check the top gun, we are obviously going to have pretty much the same DPM. So that's why I say that the tank's guns are basically the same. You also get that 400 alpha. So there's not really a point in playing the TL-7 when you can play the M103. Mind you, it's not as... Mind you, it isn't as good of a looking tank, if that makes sense, but obviously you are getting it for free and you don't need to worry about spending gold to get a tank that is going to give you the same performance. So with that being said, TL-7 starting off with a banger, but not really that much of a worthwhile tank to spend your gold on. Now, Skorpion G. Skorpion G, I have a huge, well, alternate opinion on this tank compared to the TL-7. The Skorpion G is actually one of the best tank destroyers at tier 8. This tank destroyer has one of the best guns in the game for the tier, and it's going out 460 alpha. So mind you, it's not a lot. It's not the same as something like the RHM's top or bottom gun, the derp gun. It's sitting at like 600 alpha. It is a bit of a lower alpha there, mixed with the SU-130 PM. Those two tanks do have similar alpha here, and that alpha I think is actually a very nice range for alpha, because it means that you get good DPM. You have a quick reload time compared to those 600 alpha guns that are sitting at around 15 seconds reload. This is sitting at 11 seconds reload, and obviously you can get it lower with gun rammers. So yeah, Skorpion G is a fantastic tank. And mind you, it has no armor. This tank you can pen everywhere and anywhere with high explosive, and it means that you are a big target to most players if they are searching for damage, because obviously you're going to shoot at a Skorpion G instead of someone else when you have the chance, because you can spam it with high explosive. The tank is pretty mobile. The turret does move quite slow in my opinion, but overall the track traverse speed is pretty fast, enough to actually like not get circled, because you can actually turn around fast enough to stop people from circling you and just dump the damage on them. 2.5k damage is a hell of a lot, but like I said, with gun rammer you're sitting at about 2700 and about a 10 second to 9 second reload, which is very, very nice for a tank like this at tier 8. You're going to also pen everybody and anybody. You have upwards of 311 APCR pen, which if you don't know, it's not heat, so APCR can actually go through most armor plates very easily, and 311, obviously you can run calibrated to have it at about 330, which is just bonkers for tier 8, so wouldn't recommend doing that. But overall, Skorpion G is a very, very nice tank. So overall, what do I think of this bundle? Do I think or suggest you to go and get it, or do I suggest holding out for a different bundle out there? Now, it doesn't look like you can actually get this bundle or these tanks separately. I may be wrong here. Oh no, you can get them separately. So Wargaming usually does this. They give you a bundle where you can get both tanks at once, or you can get the tanks on their own with nothing at all attached to them. So in my opinion, 17,500 gold for this bundle is quite steep, and for what you're getting, it's not really a good price, because for 17,500 gold you can get most tier 10 tanks that come into the garage or into the game for that price. And a one tier 10 tank is in some cases better than two different tanks at different tiers, because one tier 10 tank that is really good, you're gonna have a lot of fun playing it, and because it's tier 10, there's not really a restriction of playing it, because you are playing the top of the tier, and it is very, very nice to play it. And obviously if you can get a tier 10 over a tier 9 or tier 8, you are most likely going to do that. But again, you are getting two tanks here with their legendary camos. You're getting ×5 boosters that only apply to the tank and fully equipped, so you are getting a lot of benefits from paying 17,500 gold for two tanks instead of just paying, for instance, 12,500 gold for the tank itself, which I will still go and say the TL-7 shouldn't be the eye of this bundle. And because the TL-7 is in here, it's not a great tank, but it's also not a bad tank, means that it's kind of bringing down the Skorpion G, because the Skorpion G is a fantastic tank at tier 8. Despite not having any armor and being a struggle to some players, it is a very, very nice tank with a very, very nice gun. And with that being said, if you have the gold for this bundle, I would suggest getting only the Skorpion G, even though it is quite pricey for 8,500 gold. I do suggest getting this vehicle on its own if you're looking for a very nice tank destroyer. At tier 8, you're going to get a good tank, and you're going to save about 10,000 gold, about 9,000 gold to be fair, but it's going to save you that gold, and you can end up saving that gold for something else in the future. So definitely suggest doing that way. Maybe rather get the Skorpion G on its own rather than getting the bundle with both of them together, because obviously you're spending more gold for a tank that is going to actually bring down the Skorpion G. So yeah, in that sense, I don't really like the TL7 in this bundle. I do think that Skorpion G is a fantastic tank to get your hands on, and I wouldn't let the Skorpion or the TL7 in the bundle bring you down from not getting the tank. So definitely suggest getting the tank on its own. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think on this bundle. Do you think I critiqued it into a very reasonable way? I know a lot of people do have their own opinions, so definitely leave your opinions down in the comment section below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you did find yourself enjoying this video. Do note that I'm going to be doing a lot of these videos again, because I kind of stopped doing these bundle review videos, but you know what, I think I'm going to actually get back into it, because it's pretty fun to talk about the tanks quickly and let you guys know what I think of those bundles and if you should get them. With that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave a like and subscribe. Really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, hopefully your shots hit their marks, and I'll check you in the next one. Cheers.